Ladies and gentlemen, I am Israel, the game is World of Warships. It is the 18th of June 2018. Welcome to another evening with what is not actually HMS Cossack. No, this is going to be the HMCS Haida, the fightingest ship of the Canadian Royal Navy. It started life as Cossack and then it kind of got transitioned over. Cossack, well, no one's really sure at the moment, but I don't imagine Wargaming are going to go to all the trouble of this camo and then just pass it up, so we shall see how that goes. However, she's back in testing, she's had some tweaks, she's had some changes, and, well, I have a 19-point captain that I'm just going to quickly reconfigure for her. Now, the primary thing about this girl is that she's now essentially a stealthy gunboat, I think is the best way to sum her up. Concealment with camo and an untrained captain is 6.3 kilometers. With a concealment expert captain, you're getting down to 5.7. You're talking second best in tier, give or take. Shiratsu comes in just under her. She beats out the likes of Akatsuki, Biskovica, Mayhan she beats comprehensively, of course. Z39... yeah, she's got about 500 meters on Z39 and some of the other heavies. So, as I said, stealthy gunboat, rapid fire with these 120mm guns. The only potential hiccup she has is you have sound. Sound is good here. Ranger, are you accidentally muted? Bandwidth is fine. Local recording was fine earlier when I was testing things. Give me a sec, I'm about to deliberately set up something of a feedback loop for a few seconds. Okay, local sound feed on the stream seems okay, Ranger. I hate to say it, man, but I think that might be at your end. Anyhow. Let's see, where were we? Oh yes, captain skills. So let's start with the basics. Priority target, so you know exactly how many people are trying to elude the Canadian lolly. And then we'll add in last stand, because being able to run away is a very useful skill. Now things get interesting. As noted, she's principally a gunboat, but these are low caliber guns. As standard, you're looking at around about a 6% fire chance. I don't think I've got Bernie flags on her. Let's just double check. Oh, yes, I do have Bernie flags. So 5%, 4... actually, no. 5% baseline, plus 0.5% twice for both signals. Let's slap Demo Expert onto her as well. Yank. Okay, so that gets ship burnination chance up to 8%. And we'll also add on Concealment Expert, because again, that's a no-brainer skill. Get the detection down to 5.7 kilometers. Now things get more interesting. Main battery firing range is 12.3 kilometers, and you know what? To my mind, that is perfectly adequate. It's these British guns are rapid fire, but they're very like the American guns. High arcs and not brilliant. There. Bernie flags. So those flags never will be president. Ha ha, nep nep, ha ha. Quite possibly not. Besides, I don't think she can be president. She's Canadian. And she was British born, so she definitely can't be president. There's your answer to that. We'll slap on basic firing training. Get another boost to the guns. So that brings main battery reload down to 4.7 seconds. 8% fire chance, still pretty workable. Now I've got 6 points left to spend. Very tempted to say... expert marksman for the traverse. I mean, 15.7 seconds through 180 degrees. IFHE. Dach. Yeah, IFHE. Will IFHE actually push us over any breakpoints in armors? Let's actually check that out. So 120 over 6 gets you 20 millimeters as standard, times by 1.3 should get you up to 26 millimeters with IFHE enabled. So, yeah, I hate to say it, but IFHE might be useful because, as Dark is about to point out, break 25mm plate. And that matters because if we just swing over to, say, Scharnhorst for the moment, 16mm, upper bows 25mm. Again, go take a look at some of the tier 7 cruisers. Yoink, you're looking at 20, 16, 13mm. Yeah, as Stunt is pointing out, it's the mid-tier battleships and the cruisers that IFHE makes the difference between being able to penetrate most places and bouncing off most places. So we will slap on IFHE. That leaves 2 points. I am torn at the moment between a bit of extra smoke radius or a slightly faster turn on the Traverse. I mean, it is a significantly faster turn on the Traverse, 2.5 degrees per second. So yeah, we'll go for Traverse. Slap on Expert Marksman. Get the Traverse down to 12.9 seconds, which is heading down towards American brawling territory, honestly. It's not the turbo Traverse you get on the gearing, but it's pretty decent. Okay. And, well, I think we're good. Let's roll. Adrenaline Rush Beckett. Oh, yes, well, Stunt. Having been railgunned by a Normandy. And hello, Pepino. Oh, yes, I suppose Adrenaline Rush would have been a possibility there. Okay, this could be worse. The Gauge Armada and a Z-39. Well, the Gauge I can charge down if he goes into smoke. The Z-39 I can probably dacker down on raw DPM. So I can take both of their destroyers pretty easily. The cruisers might be troublesome, but at least there's no carrier. And the Hungmare, well, we'll see. The thing about Hungmares is that sometimes you underestimate them and then it's you who gets hung. However, looks like, well, the obvious move is down the channel into sea. The obvious and potentially suicidal move is down the channel into sea, which is why I am not going to do it. Pop the Spoo Beast. I am instead going to go down the 8 line and tuck in to the side access because I don't want to be under the guns of 2 cruisers and an angry destroyer. Thank you very much. I want my escape hole dug and ready before I even need it. Ranger, as far as the arsenal system goes, it'll be interesting. At this point, all they need to do is add some bauxite, and then they really will get sued. Yeah. There you go. Maybe that's how they plan to introduce Akagi. High tier, premium carrier, require large chunks of coal, steel, and bauxite. Yeah, it's worth thought. Hey, maybe they could introduce Kitakami for obnoxious amounts of resources. Oh, on second thoughts, no one's seen the last guy who suggested that, and Wargaming did yell something about Gulag in the Q&A. Anyhow, gun traverse, pretty decent, 12 seconds. Refire rate would be good, but honestly I prefer being able to get the guns on target because one of the problems that Haida has got is that her fire arcs are absolutely abysmal. Let's just see. If I quietly lock this forward, you can see that the stern battery is giving out at 40 degrees off the bow. And if we lock the guns aft, like so. Again, just watch the aim markers. So we have 1 turret giving out. Okay, number 2 turret's done a 360. And number 1 turret's now pretty decent. It's only giving up at, what is that? Again, 40 degrees off the stern. Okay. So yeah. You can... They've made the number 2 turret a 360 traverse, which is kind of handy. Now, does that Pencer have hydro, and can I exploit? And, oh, there's Z-39. So, torpedoes are running. 39 should go bow on and try to set up, but he may also swim. Oh no, there's a hard turn away. Okay, so we're going to see smoke and torpedoes shortly. Hydro on this thing is short range, 3.1. So about 700 meters out from where I need to be. Pop my own smoke, pop my own hydro. He's going to have seen those torpedoes, of course, but if I just angle round... And surprise! You know, I could probably go for armor piercing here, try and take advantage of the extra punch, but it's a little late for that now. There we go. One slightly surprised German destroyer, who is minus torpedoes and about to get very firmly wrecked up by an Emerald. Oh, sorry, Pensacola. The Emerald's going to be doing the wrecking from the other side if I'm not careful. And there's the Hung He. Okay. Torpedo reload in 20 seconds. If I position this correctly, the Pensacola can take the Z-39, no problem there. Load armor piercing, track the guns round. I have got 20 seconds on my torpedoes. Actually, no, now I've got coming up on 0 seconds on my torpedoes. The Emerald has had second thoughts. Someone else is trying to tiptoe in. Now I need to know whether or not... Oh, Hydro's up. Okay, so the Emerald is making a break for it. But I am hydroed. And bear in mind, that thing has got 8 torpedo tubes aside. I do not necessarily want to go blitzing out in front of him. Not when I don't know where he is and what he's doing. Okay, the Hung He is still going to be trying it. Emerald will be stern on, so bad choice. Okay, slam on the brakes again. Now, is that a range thing, or is his hydro out? Or was it someone else's hydro? Ha. Okay, there's the Emerald, and there are the torpedoes, and... Oh, what do you know? It was a Nuremberg. Okay, that explains where the hydro came from. Okay, torps away. Pop speed boost, and we're running. Just hope I can duck away from the Emerald. And, oh, the Nuremberg actually managed to evade. Damn it. Okay, switch AP. And you're right, yes, Adrenaline Rush would be a good choice here. So let's see if the armor piercing on these is worth anything. Or at least would it be worth anything if I could hit what I was aiming at. Okay, there we go. Time to drop back into Red October mode. Alright, Red, White and Blue October mode. Okay, broke contact again. How long till his torpedo tubes reload, I wonder? Okay, we're penetrating his belt armor. Oh. Also, turns out one of the problems with this ship is that you can reverse fast enough that you drift out of your smoke when you're going backwards. So you have to be a little careful there. And we should be able to start this stream off with the obligatory exploding German cruiser. And it is going to be me that explodes the cruiser if you don't remark. Oh, right. Okay, obligatory exploding German cruiser done. Thank you, Congo Des. Okay, NA is so bad at the moment. Well, it's lunchtime in North America, so yeah. Okay, 15 seconds recovered from what was, let's be honest here, a rather botched attempt on that Nuremberg. Should have I should not have shotgunned the torpedoes. I should have put 2 down the line in single shot and anticipated an acceleration. Oh well, you live and learn. Switch to single shot for the moment. And right. Back out the Western Channel. Run parallel to the Emerald. Maybe pick up the Hung He. And, well, I can certainly start irritating that Omaha if I get the chance. So, down the channel, at speed. And before anyone points out that Adrenaline Rush would have been extremely useful, give me the same effect as basic firing training at this precise moment? Yes, but I would have had one skill point left over that I had no idea how to spend. It's different, Stunt. It requires a very different setup, and the fact that the speed limits do not quite line up with your throttle settings, particularly in reverse, can catch you out in a very abrupt and painful fashion. I don't know whether Wargaming could maybe tweak the duration on the smoke clouds or their radius, so that if you were quarter power forwards or backwards, you did not go out of your smoke. As I say, I've played a few games in Perth, and you're right. I think it is just something you have to get used to. It's kind of like Atlanta's guns in that respect. Everyone hated them, and then we all figured out how to use her. Or rather, Euro told us all how to use her, and we all adapted from there. Yeah. Does she need help? A smidge more range on the torpedoes wouldn't do her any harm in an open water fight. Oh, hey, Vexer. Good to see you. And the fact that she's only got 6 barrels and some very awkward fire arcs is always going to be a problem. So, with the extended smoke barrel skill, will she outrun her smoke? That's a very good question, Stunt, and it's something we can test later on. Hey, I was going to probably do a reset for Adrenaline Rush, so why not? Also, we have an Emerald that looks like he's trying to sneak up on us. So what I'm going to do is turn in, pop my Hydro. Remember, this is short-range stuff. And bingo! There we are. So, track that launcher. I said track that launcher. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Right, dump 1, dump 2.
Torpedoes to starboard.
I think I've got him. He's going to decelerate. Dump 3, dump 4, full acceleration. Oh, balls. This might hurt. Oh, yeah, it hurt. And somebody else is going to jack that kill. No, 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 I've got him. Yeah, got ya. Yes, I don't know whether she's got the... I don't know whether she's actually got the British turbo acceleration. There are times when it doesn't feel like it, I'll tell you that much. How's it going, Finch? Well, I just ate a torpedo in the stern, but I'm still here. So, welcome to the start of the stream. This is the first game. We're going to be mostly looking at Cossack, aka HMCS Haida, for the rest of this one. Right, there's the hung mare that I need to think about. A is important, go to A or lose. We're 500 points up, and oh yes, we've only lost one boat. And, okay, I'm being held together with duct tape and happy thoughts at this point, but lose? Okay. Well, let's hit the Spoo Beast and go see about playing with some battleships. If they base the British destroyer line off the Cossack, would I be interested in playing it? The British destroyer line is going to be odd because the tribals were a bit of an aberration. And yes, she still has 5.7 kilometers concealment from 2. They've actually nerfed it. It used to be, I think, 5.4, give or take. In any event, it was stealthiest in tier. I think it might have even gone down to 5.1 in places. I can't remember. In any event, it was ludicrously stealthy. Beat out the Shiratsu, which was not really a good idea. Hello, Umbre, good to see you. And Louisiana, and everyone else who's joining. Well, a number of the Pan-Asian destroyers are from the British lines. Most notably, of course, the Gajah is a N-class destroyer under new ownership. But, as I said, the tribals, as almost pure gunboats, were always a little bit odd. The British destroyer line, in many respects, is going to be an interesting one, because the British Royal Navy built its destroyers with a different set of priorities to almost everyone else. They had to be long range, and they had to be good for convoy escort. Oh yes, Jerk Hidders. Of course, she went through several owners, didn't she? I think she was built British, immediately transferred to the Dutch, and then the Dutch sold her to the Thai when she was done. And while Vexer and Duck are fighting it out, we're just going to run up on that totally non-existent and not Dutch at all destroyer over there. Come on, Smoke. Protect me. Wow, this is going to be a close one. Boom. Might be a mutual wipeout. Yeah. Unfortunately, of course, I still had too much momentum. Well, too little momentum, and I wasn't able to get clear before his return fire got to me. From to what is this heresy you are spouting? Oh god, really? RIP. Well, he gets his 2 kills as well, but even so, we've pretty much got this one in the bag. Moral Wombat there, eating some high explosive, and no amount of tea is going to save her from that one. Which leaves a Hwanghae, well, what's left of a Hwanghae. He's down to 200 health, and he's got 2 angry fast battleships looking at him, so that's adios to him. Leaving 1 shotgun and 1 Koenig. Yukikaze. Yukikaze is an awkward one, because if you do her as a Pan-Asian, that implies you do her in her configuration as Tanyang. And that, as I understand, the last time I asked, there were some technical problems getting Tanyang's main armour to line up. It's not all the same calibre. And Umbre, I would love the old Tier 8 Fubuki back. You could probably do Ikazuchi or Inazuma. Yeah, and the alleged Tier 8 Cossack, I don't know. It's gonna be an interesting case, to say the least. Because a 5.1 kilometre, 8-barrel gunboat, yeah, that's gonna be all kinds of murder for the torpedo boats. Still, just need to finish up this Koenig, and once they're done, 970 to 424. Bit annoyed I died, but hey, wasn't too bad a performance. Really shouldn't have eaten that last torpedo off the Emerald. Still, Koenig is about to be dethroned. Oh, 1Z39. Yeah, 150mm guns for the win, and that's the score out. Poor Kagero can't catch a break. Yeah, well, she didn't do too well at Tier 9, and now she's getting a little bit of prom at Tier 8. Okay, second, I can live with that. Right, okay, so back to port. Let's reconfigure the captain. See where this takes us. Getting power creeped. I would love to disagree there. I would love to disagree. Okay, redistribute. Solid. Commence bribery. Don't have the commander XP to go anyway. So, usual thing. So we want panic stations, more panic stations. Then we want the smokescreen expert. We want demo expert, concealment expert, jam on IFHE, which leaves me with 3 points. Well, you know what? Let's go adrenaline rush, which leaves 1 point, and we'll grab... Well, there's not a lot to choose from, is there? Preventative maintenance, I suppose, is probably the least worst option. Yoink. Can we just not have Stalingrad? Umbre, they are pretty committed to Stalingrad. I must admit, part of me is wondering how much of an effect it would have if they pulled that 50mm deck and pike nose from the design. I think that would solve a lot of the bow-on invulnerability, or near invulnerability, that she has. I say near invulnerability. I've been wrecked plenty of times when multiple ships decided to have a go. Anyhow, let's get back into battle and see whether or not this smoke will actually hold at quarter power. Oh yeah, allowing it to be citadel from the front by 16-inch guns would definitely make it much easier to deal with. Because right now you've got to settle for regular penetrations. So putting it back down towards cruiser levels where, 16 or 18-inch guns will just plough right on through into the citadel. Yeah, that would be a fairly hefty nerf and might be exactly what it needs. Stalingrad 1 is just yeah, bit too much fun. And the results I get sent are pretty spicy. Well, we'll see. Right. Shards in a destroyer. Okay, well, standard play here is that first mad charge into a... Wait a second. Oh, hello, Nep. Right. Yes, 12-inch AP on a cruiser rate of fire is... Yeah, I must admit, I'm actually not playing her very much at the moment, Stunt. How do I decide which ship to feature? I look at what I've got in my test boat and basically look at what I haven't played on stream in a while. That's it. That really is just it. That's the entire logic. In this case, I hadn't done much with Haida for a while, so she gets to play. Umbre, I'm sure people would put down the torches and pitchforks. Maybe. Perhaps. Yeah. And IDDQD still doesn't work. Actually... yeah, IDDQD was invulnerability. IDKFA was weapons, wasn't it? Anyhow, into point A. Drag your ships down towers by playing Boise. Maybe. Okay, well, let's slow to quarter power. And shouldn't really do this outside of combat engagement, but let's pop the smoke. Waste a charge, but who cares?
Smoke generator started.
Okay, so you've got a bit of excess. I mean, your limit speed is still basically 12 knots. So if you're at quarter power on Cossack, it makes no difference. Now let's try this in reverse. 2, 1, 0. Pop a fresh puff. 8, 7, 6, minus 10, minus 11, minus 12.4. Right, this is going dangerously fast. 13.9, 14. Yes, you still go out of your smoke screen if you have the expanded smoke radius skill. Yeah, that's maybe something Wargaming can look at, but in order to make it work, they have to basically set your speed limit while in smoke at close to half power. Oh, let's give Nep some cover. So back down to quarter throttle. There we go. Got about 30 seconds of this left. And, oh, somebody brought a Molotov. Huh. Well, this will be interesting. Kawachi is cute. Kawaii. Yes, it's cute in that fluffy, helpless, please don't murder me way. Right, just slow it down. Don't want to run too far away from Nep. Okay. Smoke's ending. Oops, should not have broadcast that in general chat. And we have a Molotov. Right. Okay, it's not technically German, but let's go for some exploding cruiser. Didn't manage it last time, so who cares? Right, arm up on there. Close the range. Get behind the island so I don't accidentally blow myself on the flank. And let the beating begin. Gun arcs are running a little high, but British 120, same basic pattern as the Gage Armada. And I also need to not slap the Nicholas. In fact, I need to kick port, and we've actually run this guy into the map border. Huh. Right, so where has Comrade Nuremberg gone? It's a very acquired taste, I think is the best way to describe it. Okay, Molotov has gone south at this point. Okay, he's gone full turn. You know what? I'm going to go close and broadside, see if I can't just tempt him to do something stupid. Oh dear, my meat shield just expired. This could be awkward. Ah, never mind, you can citadel, so... Yeah, looks like the citadel party came to you, and he just dumped torpedoes. That little glance at me was an absolute giveaway. Still 5 citadel hits. Rather weedy round, but not much damage. Yeah, I think, Doc, that's pretty much my conclusion on this smoke as well. Or even go to full reverse, so you can't back yourself out there if you've got the extended smoke screen ability. I don't know how Wargame are going to have to tweak either the ship speed, the smoke duration, or the smoke radius in order to do it. And the torpedoes, they're there. Just there. One little quad launcher, 8-kilometre Mark 9s. Yoink. The guns, yeah, they're okay. Could stand a little bit of... Well, they're 120mm guns. They're never going to be spectacular. The main thing is their rate of fire. So very similar to Gauge Armada in that respect. Of course, Gauge Armada has to put up with deep water torpedoes, but does get rather nicer firing arcs. And the 360 on turret 2 is kind of worth having. She's in a better place than she was, I think, is the best way to sum this up. And that's an Atlanta, oh dear. That is going to hurt. But, yeah, she needs a bit more love. Not much. Just a bit. Problem is, I'm genuinely not sure what to give her now. Is that Gauge Armada turning south? Because if so, I am breaking east and staying away from the murder boat. I may possibly try to murder the murder boat if I can get some cheap shots at it. Then again, maybe not. Okay, snap a couple of cheap rounds. Oh, hello, New York. Whoops. Oh, looky, I've made a new friend. It's a battleship. I wonder if he's about to run himself aground. And if so, if those torpedoes are going to show up at just the right moment. Well, we'll find out. They're probably going to miss horribly. Okay, so the Atlanta was running north. The Kamikaze and the Gaja are both running south, but they may have taken a sharp west. And that Atlanta, well, it's around here somewhere, and I really don't want to get in front of it. So, Hydro is still up and running. I should have a marker on him, but okay, no, he's not gone for the south run. He's gone... Where has he gone? Okay, that has got to be the Kamikaze in the general area. Maybe. Or maybe Gaja is just playing games. I'm trying to remember the Gaja's detection. And what I do know is that I'm going to have an Atlanta looking at me in a couple of minutes, and that is bad, 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 bad. Oh, there you are. Right. Okay.
Torpedoes to port.
Oh.
Torpedoes to port.
Rip.
Hull breach. We're taking on water quickly.
Yeah. My ability to eat torpedo remains undiminished. And yes, I have the Perth as well. The crawl smoke is an acquired taste, I think is the best way to put it up. Oh, thank you so much, guys. Okay. Problem is, it's not much use when you're trying to chase down a kamikaze. Oh, there she is. Change of plan. It's extremely useful when you're trying to chase down a kamikaze that is barreling towards you and has got murder on her mind. Never mind, she's dead. Right. Okay, let's turn in. Assume she put torpedoes in the water before she died. So just many possibles there. Remember, we only saw 2 launches, and yes, Doc, that is a regular thing. Attention square F5. Well, it's dead. The Gaja is still lurking, but he's probably long gone from there by now. Cap point B is not contested. Good, the Atlanta is safely out of the way, so all I need to worry about now is the Gaja Armada. Also, I need to start a reload cycle on the tubes. Really wish the launcher reloaded individually, but oh, hello there. Looks like Rock and Nep are about to have themselves a scrap. And wait a second, Deep Waters over there. That implies the Gajamada is over there. Okay, let's cut to crawl drive. There's the Gaja. Okay, popping smoke, locking guns.
Smoke generator starting.
Let's get the Bernie on. Or, you know, they could just wreck it with torpedoes and everything else. Ooh. And yeah, that's a smoke shot wasted. Never mind, have still got some range on the Gajamada. Could probably just charge him down, actually. If Nep and Rock are stalemated, I can get close, use torpedoes, and probably take him out. Individual tube reloads would be so nice. Purely because of this situation that I've had, where I had 2 from earlier, still had 2 in the launcher, but had to dump all 4 in order to do a reload. Didn't Brit DDs have semi-armour piercing? Good question. I don't know what British destroyers were loaded with. It would fit the General Royal Navy policy, especially with their cruisers, of really, yep, disappoint. Anyhow, behind the Gaja at this point, I hate paper cruisers. That would be cruisers made out of paper as opposed to cruisers that were only ever designed on paper, of course. However, with the Gaja popping smoke for cover... Oh, sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. That means I can just pop the speed boost and use his own smoke against him. Run him down, pop the hydro, get close, and he'll have torpedoes to worry about. So, close the range, come down to 3.1. And, okay. Ready in 3, 2, 1. Lock him up. Guns off mark. And commence beating. Oh yeah, and of course we have the brutal fire arcs on this thing, but there we go. Oh yeah, and lots of other people who want to murder me. Hello, Atlanta. Yes, I'm so happy to see you. Daka, 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 daka. Shotgun the torpedoes. Assume I'm going to die. Dive for the nearest smoke cloud. Turn. Survival was overrated. Yeah. Yeah, they're going to be interesting. Oh, and there he goes. Focal coming to the rescue just a little bit too late. So no, I think we can write off the smokescreen expert skill as being pretty much useless for this one. Armor piercing, fin stabilized, discarding Sabo. Yes, and if you try that, what you end up with is a cruiser that looks like a demented uranium porcupine. Anyhow, Kaze there going for another kill. Oh wow, Focal is having a pretty good go. He's almost pulled a Kraken. So we'll drop the man a compliment. And... nope, the Leon's seen it. He's turning him. So Focal might live long enough to get that last kill, but, well, he's got to drop either a Congo or one of 2 Leons. And, well, the Leons are... don't look like they're going to give him the chance, in all honesty. He survived that barrage, but here comes the other 8 barrels. Nope, there he goes. Splat. And Rethel gets the high caliber just as he gets put down by Gunrugo. So, there's Keldorn. 945 to 456. Honestly, at this point, the Kaze can just run them off the control points. Why not use Survival Expert and Superintendent? Because points are getting rather tight on this thing. You know, a Russian anti-ship missile is good when NATO name it Shipwreck. Well, that pretty much summed it up. And wow, Keldon also pulling down a high caliber and a Confederate. So 2 Confederates in the battle, yeah, that's kind of unusual, but, well, it's the Leon. It's what it does. Although, when you get that on the losing side, that's really just insult to injury. Scoreboard's going to be an interesting one to look at. Only 29,000 damage. Came in 3rd. And, yep, I think Keldorn and Arethel are both going to be asking for the services of a chiropractor after that one, but let's drop them compliments. Worthy adversary. And well, there we go. Right. Okay, back for port. So let's reconfigure this captain again. Yeah, it's doubloons. Who cares? Also, shiny box. Possibly not very shiny box. Come on, base streamer RNG. Rigged. So very, very rigged. Oh, thank you. Not sure where that compliment came from, but thank you. Right, more oil for the clan. Yes, more oil for the clan. Right. How many duplicates are 6? Excellent. So I can hopefully tie up another bit of this collection. Ah, there we go. The Naval Expeditionary Medal. And I can now put custom camo on my US battleships. Awarded in 1936, who landed on foreign territory, and it had retroactive status since 1874 when they landed on the Hawaiian Islands. No mention made of what the natives thought of that one. I get the impression they needed a bit of persuasion. My history goes, milk for the cornflakes. Yes, yes, yes. Milk for the cornflakes. Absolutely. Strawberry milk, just to get the right colour? You never know. Okay, right. So, back to captain retraining again. It's just money. Yank. So, okay, we need a 1-point skill, and I think the panic button is the best one there. Last stand's a necessity. We'll dump the smoke screen, add on demo expert, concealment, and IFHE, and that covers the core skills, which leaves basically 1 3-pointer and 1 2-pointer. So what I'm tempted to do is get BFT and get Adrenaline Rush. I just go for absolute mental rate of fire if I do take some damage. I don't know what you guys think of that plan. Busy getting... yes, that does tend to preclude any kind of decent employment. BFT plus D is going to be a meme. You mean it isn't already, Dach? Yes, why do we need a flank? We live here. Yeah, you know what, let's try it. Basic firing training and Adrenaline Rush. So, base rate of fire on this thing is going to be 4.7 seconds. Slice another 20% of that. Should come down towards a 4-second rate of fire. But there is the obvious problem that in order to do that, I'm going to have to take some damage. Which leads us back to the inevitable point about Adrenaline Rush. The best 30 seconds of the life of a ship can often be the last. Would have hanged DE for SE. Bear in mind that even with full DE, I only have an 8% fire chance per round dock, and I've only got 6 barrels. So, as much as I'd like to say you don't need DE, then it gets a bit dicey if you don't have it and you're trying to bring down a tougher target. It shards once again. The mapmaker seems to be on loop tonight. Okay. And no, Duck, I don't have a problem taking damage. I do have the occasional problem surviving it. Okay, so somebody might switch back to DFAA. Okay, so going to take a slightly unusual approach to point C. I'm going to come down onto the D line through the western channel and then turn north. so I have a slightly easier scuttle out back towards the rest of the fleet if I need it. Also, Artago and Takao, yep, sisters together, allegedly, and there's our ranger. They've got a hero, so, yeah, I kind of like this map. It's an interesting balance. Anyhow, let's pop the speed boost, get forward,
Engine boost activated.
and by the time everyone else is shaken out, I should be mostly done in sea, or at least should have a good idea of what's coming. Lebrecht Mars, yeah, I should see him coming. The real problem is going to be air spotting. Flak is off, but with an air detection radius of 3.5 kilometers, it could be worse. And yes, this thing has secondaries. Well, a secondary turret, 2 102mm guns replacing the X turret. Is IFHE worth it? It's mere if you're up tiered, the key thing is that it lets you handle 25mm plate. So you can get through potentially tier 8 battleship superstructures. I believe they come in at 22. Yes, manual secondaries for memes. Yes, absolutely right. That Cleveland... Yeah, that is why I did not take the usual approach. That Cleveland's already brassing the area up. So we'll just tiptoe around this corner. Stay inside the control sector. We'll just park here for the moment. All nice and civilized, like, okay. Milko in point A, I did not see how fast that cap went. But I don't think Lebe is round here, or the War Drums music would have started up a lot more aggressively. Okay. And there's the Cleveland. Let's do a neat little 3-pointers. Somebody's trying for a carrier snipe. And, oh, that 3-pointer, it's about to turn into a 5-pointer. Still, he made a decent mess with that strafe. Problem is now the Hiryu's fighters are going to try to lock him down. The bombers are past. And, well, that's where the fun starts. But they are going to run straight into the Artago's catapult fighters and anti-air. So, yeah, that carrier snipe's not really going anywhere. In fact, he's had to settle for aiming at the Artago. And Nep grabs first blood. Congratulations once again. Right, who did you eat anyway? Oh, the Miyoko down in point A. Okay. Let's see, we have a German cruiser. We have some planes that are getting a little closer than I would like. Just about squeaked past air detection there. Miyoko's having a look. You know what? I am popping my smoke, and then I'm going to turn away because that Chapayev is about to start looking in my general direction. I'd rather not annoy him. Okay, he's going to eat 1 and 2. That's going to force him to damcon. Maintain quarter power, there we go. And just see if we can't burn him the rest of the way. Preferably before the Chapayev realises that he has got a British boat that he can abuse here. If that Normandy decides it wants to go, this could get very ugly. Come on, fire! Okay, Chapayev hasn't popped its radar. Bit of a surprise. Not complaining, mind you, but I need to go out of my smoke and go active. I'm getting just a brief glimpse of the Nuremberg, who is running like blazes. Can't really say I blame him. You know what, forget the smoke. Let's just get the jink on. Shells practically go to orbit past mid-range, but can go for some tactical cover abuse if you're in the mood. And oh look, I'm popular again. Fine then, jink away. Still running that long burn on the smoke, but going Gonna have to hold for a bit while I come to the... Oh, hello, Armagi. Wait, no, Armagi's going the other way. Detection radius has collapsed, so I'm good. It could well be a stock Chapayev, actually. He did not pop a radar, and you would have thought he would have done that immediately if he'd had the options. And if I remember correctly, you need to have an upgraded Chapayev, or you do not get the radar. However, that Cleveland most definitely will have radar, and I'd rather he wasn't in a position to use it. So thank you, battleships, that is much appreciated. It would be even more appreciated if you could actually succeed in killing him, excuse me. If you want something done properly... There we go, couple of hits. Levichan's gone as well. Boom. Like I said, if you need something done... I should have tried for a double strike against Leningrad. Oh well. Musashi has 50 on the superstructure. Yeah, for, as Umbre points out, no apparent reason. Okay, we'll stop here. Let's run the cap. Ironic, isn't it? I take Adrenaline Rush and get through half a match without taking a single scratch. Okay, let's kick out and go play with Smoke again. This is why you take IFHE on Tier 7 dedicated captains. Yes, because you can reliably blam your way through a Tier 8 cruiser if you have to. Okay, one Chapayev. One dead German cruiser. One American battleship that's thinking better of it. Well, there's the key, but I don't have a good torpedo solution. Okay, let's hit the crawl drive again. And... yeah, you know what? He's going to be bullying destroys for the rest of his Russian career. Let's get started on him now. Get the preemptive revenge in. Okay. And it should also be noted that this is why you take Demo Expert and full burnination on this boat. The fire chance at 8% is frankly awful. Of course, it would be better if I could actually hit what I was aiming at. But hey, details, details. Yeah, as I said, the guns are usable, but they lack oomph. But the 120s, what do you expect? Oh, there's the carrier. Right. Yeah, Tier 10 battleships have 32mm bounce, and only place a Cossack could get through those would be with the superstructure hits. Speaking of which, let's give this Armagis something to aim at, because I want him to turn back if he possibly can. Yeah, like that. Just keep looking at the stupid British destroyer that's run out in front of you. Yep, that's exactly what I wanted you to do. Less so the other turn, but you're going to eat one anyway. There we go. And if I'm not much mistaken, that's a flood. I think he's Damcon, so I don't think he can control that too easily. Oh, railgun rounds incoming. Ah, missed. Okay, time to break away again. Oh, hello, Normandy. Okay. Let's see, the Chapayev's just about had it. Oh, no, there's the radar. Wow. He did have radar, he just didn't use it that first time around.
Concentrate fire on the designated target.
And somehow I have started channeling the spirit of the USS Edsel. Don't ask me about that one. Right. Okay, 14 seconds on the smoke. There's the Leander coming up. That looked like a pretty good target shot. Normandy is turning. Where's that Leander got to? It's... No, it's not dead. Okay, it did a 180. Interesting. Not sure it helps his position, but... It's a novel tactic. Alright. Normandy is holding pretty much static, so... 1, 2, 3, 4. Full launch there. Takau's had the same idea. Reverse course.
Torpedoes, direct front.
And standby crawl drive. Just hope nobody panics the battleship. Okay, load armor piercing. We'll close right up on the Leander and catch him close range. Ooh, then again, everyone else is having the same idea. So Leander is suddenly several thousand health short of where it was. And now it's dead. Fine, back to high explosive. And line up on the key instead, and torpedoes went into the rock. Most annoying. Fine. Crawl drive engaged.
Smoke generator started.
And just commence looking for the berm. And you know, if I could shoot straight, it would be preferable. There we go, found one hit, and it shattered on the deck, so... Really need superstructure hits, even with IFHE, against a Tier 8 battleship. Well, that's the way it goes, I'm afraid. Okay. Solid angles, but again, really lackluster from the 120s. These are very much guns for destroyers and cruiser bullying. Not so much for battleships, especially not if you get up-tiered. Again, a pretty lackluster 25,000. I'm pretty sure half of that came off one torpedo. Oh no, a third of it came off the torpedo. 2/3 of it from the main battery. 65 hits average damage. Let's see. Ooh. 16,592 over 65. So 255 damage per shell, give or take. So yeah, not the world's most effective gun, sadly. And yes, IFHE Atlanta or Flint is absolute comedy. Right. So Cossack, what would I tweak on her at the moment? Well, I'd look at her smoke radius to start with, make it so that she can't reverse out of her own smoke, and see if that helped things to start with. Torpedoes could maybe use a wee boost up, maybe to 10 kilometers range, just to give her a bit more reach and a little bit of bite against battleships and the like. She's only got one quad launch, so that shouldn't be too much of a boost. The main battery, I'm tempted to say that the main battery doesn't really need much at this point. It's already had a fairly significant boost, and as you point out, Doc, maybe slice it down to, I don't know, 6,100 or similar. But yeah, she needs a bit of love, certainly, but she's getting there. She's almost ready to go. Yeah, I would say overall, pretty much what iChase is saying. She's not as off as she was, but she definitely needs a tweak to the smoke and the torpedoes, just to give her a bit more bite. Right, and that pretty much wraps it up on her, at least until they announce the next round of changes.